U.S. Representative Kevin McCarthy says he is not leaving Congress in the wake of his ouster as Speaker of the House. McCarthy told reporters on Capitol Hill this afternoon he is not planning to resign before his term ends next year, and he might even run for re-election. An election for Speaker is planned for next week, possibly as early as Wednesday. Good Friday evening, everyone. My name is Ren Wadsworth, filling in for John Martin. For some local perspective about Capitol Hill, we sat down with Montana Congressman Matt Rosendale today, one of the 8 House Republicans who voted to dismiss McCarthy in that historic vote. He told us a little about what qualities he'd like to see in whoever ends up filling the speakership role next.
I can tell you what I'm looking for much better than I can tell you who I'm looking for. Okay, the most important characteristic to me is someone who's trustworthy. Someone that when they walk into the room and they're there with the conference and they tell the conference what they're going to do and they make those commitments, that when they leave that room and they are negotiating with Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, or Joe Biden, that they honor those commitments. So trustworthiness is number one. The next thing is I would like to hear from them their vision, where they think that the Republican conference can realistically go in the next 18 months before President Biden is replaced by a Republican president. And I want them to be able to incite enthusiasm as a true leader can do so that the people rally around them and want to pursue that same vision. That's what a leader does.
Again, for a bit of historic perspective, Representative Kevin McCarthy became the first speaker ever to be voted out of the role earlier this week. Alrighty, it's been feeling like fall for a while, except for today. But our wonderful Tracy Smith can tell us more about what lies in store. Hey there, Tracy.
Well, good evening, everyone. Tonight we are looking at mostly clear skies, a perfect evening to go out and enjoy some of the stars. But keep in mind the temperatures are going to be rather chilly. In the eastern plains, we're still expected to drop down into the upper 20s. Otherwise, it's going to be 30s and low 40s across much of the region. To kind of get your day started tomorrow, you'll notice that temperatures are going to be in the low to mid 40s at 6 and 8 a.m. We're still looking at mostly sunny and clear conditions. That extends all the way into 10 and noon with 55 and 65 degrees, low 70s moving in right around 2. And if you're wondering what the weekend has in store, temperatures will be climbing anywhere between the upper 60s to upper 70s. And of course, we have your full weather forecast coming up here shortly.
Alrighty, Tracy, looking forward to that. In a safety alert tonight, the Rosebud County Sheriff's Office is still looking for a woman who went missing. Her name is Gail Pedersen, and according to the Rosebud County Sheriff's Office, her siblings and her son are concerned for her well-being. Now, at this time, the Sheriff's Office says they do not have reason to believe Pedersen is in any danger. She works part-time as a travel CNA and is known to drive in a blue bus pictured here to states such as California, Arizona, New York, and here in Montana for her job. And here is her picture on your screen now one more time. If you have any information regarding her current whereabouts or have seen or spoken with her within the past couple of months, you're asked to call the Rosebud County Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen now. The municipal general elections are coming up this November 7th, and a group of organizations are hosting forums this weekend in Billings to get people prepared to vote. Forward Montana, the League of Women Voters, and Billings Kiwanis are hosting 5 meetings in city parks this Saturday and Sunday. Earlier, we sat down with the president of the League of Women Voters of Billings to learn just what we can expect to see at these future forums.
In addition to finding out about the candidates this weekend, both the League of Women Voters and Forward Montana will have people there to do voter registration. Really important. I think the big message is if you're not registered to vote, register to vote. It's not too late. In Montana, you can actually register through 8 p.m. on Election Day. We have through the 14th for regular registration.
On Saturday, Ward 1 will meet at 10 a.m. at Pioneer Park. At 1 p.m., Ward 2 will meet at Central Park, and Ward 3 will finish the day at 4 p.m. at Castle Rock Park. Ward 4 will start out Sunday's forum meeting at 1 in the afternoon at Veterans Park, and Centennial Park will host Ward 5 at 4 in the evening. Now, in celebration of Indigenous Peoples Day and the many achievements of Native American athletes, Western Voice and a few other organizations in town are hosting a screening of the documentary Native Ball next Monday. Our Travia Forte has all the details.
The documentary hopes to highlight one woman's journey as she follows her dreams of becoming one of few Native basketball players, as well as inspire others to never give up on their aspirations, no matter how many adversities they may face.
Organizer and president of the All Nations Indian Club at MSU Billings, Braley Stone, says Mila Kip's journey is important to share, especially when it comes to Native youth. She adds the film will show the hardships that many Native men and women experience when it comes to breaking to the world of professional sports.
To see a Native American individual thriving in the sports, it really brings a lot of inspiration and motivation for the younger generations, and it shows that there is positive outcomes growing up on the reservation and that we're capable of doing anything that we put our mind to.
Stone says she hopes the film will inspire other Native men and women that achieving your goal is possible when you have the ambition and the drive to keep you going.
The screening will take place this Monday at 7 p.m. at Petro Theater on the MSU Billings campus. With Nonstop Local, I'm Travia Forte.
Alrighty, Travia, thank you for that. Tomorrow, St. Vincent Healthcare in Billings is hosting an event at Metro Park celebrating their 125-year legacy of providing emergency services. The Saints benefit seeks to further the hospital's work in emergency and critical care services. Proceeds from the event will go to the emergency care unit and critical care services. And St. V's is inviting the whole community to attend this Saturday, October 7th. They'll have food out there, live music, and a fundraising auction. And St. V's tells us they hope to raise $1 million to support their services in cardiac, stroke, and emergency trauma care going forward.
Sometimes we focus on specific numbers, but I think having those lofty goals really helps bring us all together. So whether it's $1 million or whether it's $100, the fact is that we're all working together for a common goal, and we all know where this is headed. This is helping us support the community where they need supported.
During the event, retired Billings firefighter Tim Bergstrom will also be sharing his story after receiving life-saving stroke care. Tim and his wife say the quick care he received may very well have saved his life and minimized the lasting health impacts that strokes often have in patients. Tim is back to riding his motorcycle and enjoying retirement, and you can hear about his own experience with St. V's Innovative Care this Saturday over at Metro Park. Alrighty, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Tracy Smith has your extended look at the forecast after the break. And make sure you stay with us for another action-packed night of high school football. Highlights and stories from around the area are coming up in just a bit on SWX Overtime.